Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'll be reading 2 Chronicles 21 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, Now Jehoshaphat slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, and Jehoram his son reigned in his stead. And he had brethren, the sons of Jehoshaphat, Azariah, and Jeiel, and Zechariah, and Azariah, and Michael, and Shephatiah. All these were the sons of Jehoshaphat, king of Israel. And their father gave them great gifts of silver and of gold, and of precious things, with fenced cities in Judah. But the kingdom gave he to Jehoram, because he was the firstborn. Now, when Jehoram was risen up to the kingdom of his father, he strengthened himself, and slew all his brethren with the sword, and divers all of the princes of Israel. Jehoram was 32 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. And he walked in the way of the kings of Israel, like as did the house of Ahab. For he had the daughter of Ahab to wife, and he wrought that which was evil in the eyes of the Lord. Howbeit, the Lord would not destroy the house of David because of the covenant that he had made with David, as he promised to give a light to him and to his sons forever. In his days, the Edomites revolted from under the dominion of Judah and made themselves a king. Then Jehoram went forth with his princes and all his chariots with him, and he rose up by night and smote the Edomites, which compassed him in, and the captains of the chariots. So the Edomites revolted from under the hand of Judah unto this day. The same time also did Libnah revolt from under his hand, because he had forsaken the Lord God of his fathers. Moreover, he made high places in the mountains of Judah, and caused the inhabitants of Jerusalem to commit fornication, and compelled Judah thereto. And there came a writing to him from Elijah the prophet, saying, Thus saith the Lord God of David thy father, because thou hast not walked in the ways of Jehoshaphat thy father, nor in the ways of Asa king of Judah, but hast walked in the way of the kings of Israel, and hast made Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem to go a whoring like to the whoredoms of the house of Ahab, and also hast slain thy brethren of thy father's house, which were better than thyself. Behold, with a great plague will the Lord smite thy people and thy children, and thy wives, and all thy goods. And thou shalt have great sickness by disease of thy bowels, until thy bowels fall out by reason of the sickness day by day. Moreover, the Lord stirred up against Jehoram the spirit of the Philistines and the Arabians that were near the Ethiopians. And they came up into Judah, and brake into it, and carried away all the substance that was found in the king's house, and his sons also, and his wives, so that there was never a son left him, save Jehoahaz, the youngest of his sons. And after all this, the Lord smote him in his bowels with an incurable disease. And it came to pass that in process of time, after the end of 2 years, his bowels fell out by reason of his sickness, so he died of sore diseases. And his people made no burning for him, like the burning of his fathers. 32 years was he when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 8 years, and departed without being desired. Howbeit they buried him in the city of David, but not in the sepulchres of the kings. Alright, guys, so here we see where Jehoshaphat's son Jehoram did not follow after the ways of Jehoshaphat, where he served the Lord and loved the Lord. Instead, he decided to follow in the ways of the kings of Israel, which was cruel. And here we see that the Lord had caused him to suffer, him and his children to suffer and take away all that he had because he had turned away from the Lord. And remember, Judah was God's chosen place to have his name set. And for Jehoram to come and actually sully his home, that was a lot. And so the Lord had to punish him, and which he did. And guys, that just goes to show that good, if you realize, let me first point this out because probably I'm going ahead of myself. If you realize, it said that Joram actually married the daughter of Ahab, that evil king from Israel. Yes, that same one that died on the battlefield. Yes, that same one. He married his daughter. And so you see how someone who is corrupted can actually contaminate someone who is pure, or a bloodline that is pure. And so guys, my ladies and my men, please be careful of the spouses that you choose, because they too can actually define what will happen in your future, if you will actually prosper or if you will fail. Because here it is that his wife, that's why it stated that his wife was the daughter of Ahab, one of Ahab's daughter. Ahab, which was the king of Israel, where a line of cruel kings have stemmed from. That bloodline was so tainted. And so he came and he mixed that bloodline with his, basically the bloodline that God had chosen, that God had actually said that he will actually let a light always shine through forever because of his servant David. And he came and sullied that by marrying the daughter of a cruel king. And so guys, I'm just saying, be very careful of who you actually decide that you want to settle down with. Whether you're a Christian or you're a non-Christian, it does apply to you, because I've seen time and time again where people are married and they were very prosperous before they married, and when they marry, they can't find their way through a day, any given day. And I'm not saying this to say that, it's punishment or whatever, but it just goes to show that you should always seek God's guidance, because God would never lead you astray. And so sometimes we want to seek out things for ourselves because that's what we desire and it's desirous for us, but we need to put God first. We need to actually seek him out for his thoughts on the matter. And I mean, if Jehoram had actually sought the Lord before he actually decided to marry Ahab's daughter, that probably would have saved him from all this. He probably would have not been such a cruel king. I mean, he killed his brothers just to ensure his title was secure. And it didn't even say he had to kill them to ensure that his title was secure. But he killed them nonetheless. He had no reason or cause to kill them because his father had given him the power, the throne. But he killed them just the same. And that says a lot. That is just pure cruelty. That was just pure cruelty. And so guys, we need to remember that corrupt morals, they actually sully good morals, okay? And sometimes, yes, I know we want to change people and want to help them to become better people, but sometimes they end up corrupting us rather than us helping them and being a light for them. So you need to pray. I'm not saying that you should not do it, but pray for God's guidance and pray for him to help you to do just so, and ask him to give you the strength in order to help to bring your brother or your sister to the light. Okay? Because we're all God's children, just the same. Okay? We're all His children. Alright, guys, I'm gonna leave you right there. Please remember to continue to walk in your salvation. And if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.